what I remember now is I asked the cops, can I have an ice cream? It's gonna be my last ice cream in the States.
God.
So so he bought me an ice cream.
Going in as a 15-year-old with a 5-year sentence, when you turn 18, in
changes.
most parts of the world, you're an adult. So you didn't get transferred to adult prison at all?
No, in YA, there are kids up to, I think, 20.
So you're right at the limit for YA.
So if you pass that age and you still have sentencing, then you get transferred to prison. I don't know if it was 20 or 25. I'm not 100% sure.
So you get out, and do you get to like give your mom a hug before you get on the airplane to be deported to Korea?
No.
What happens when you get out, the second you get out of those walls?
Oh, so they wake you up at like 4 o'clock or 4 or 5, and you pack your stuff, and you're just going around places with other deportees, and you wait on a tank. And then you go to the airport with 2 cops. And what I remember now is I asked the cops, can I have an ice cream? It's gonna be my last ice cream in the States.
God.
So so he bought me an ice cream, And
Wow.
well, what I remember. Oh, and the craziest feeling. I don't really think about this every day, but I'm trying to trace back. And I remember getting out from the van, and I'm still shackled, my legs and I'm shackled, but in a normal clothes, so people can't really recognize if I'm shackled,
Yep.
Yeah, and because I'm not shackled like this,
Mm-hmm.
and I see just people walking without looking at anything, just walking and walking, and that it kind of fascinated me. I haven't seen that for 5 years.
Whoa.
Because we're always walking with our hands behind our back.
Mm.
And to see like a real woman. You might have seen some like women too. That...
I'll get to that later.
Yeah.
And it was just fascinating, just people walking.
Wow, must be.
I was just
Because you're used to seeing like it's like people who live in the rainforest. The second that they like see somebody like a mile away, if they get out of it, they're like, well, that person's really small.
Yeah.
Because they have like no depth perception.
Mm.
So for you, it's like just people don't really move much further than this, and you see them just
And not
just
and
freedom.
they're not walking in a straight
Wow.
line. They're all walking independently of each other. It's no regimentation.
Yeah. And so I get my ice cream and go to the airplane, and the cop's sitting next to me like this the whole time.
For the whole flight.
The whole flight.
Oh, really?
And I come to Korea, and there are other Korean cops waiting for me, like 5, 6 of them. And so they say, all right, Mr. Wu, we'll see you in the next life. And
Damn.
they take me to some place in Korea.
Mhm.
And they kind of, they asked me just a bunch of questions.
Interrogate. Interrogate.
But not like seriously.
Yeah.
Because I'm a free man at some part, And so I just answer all the questions. And
Was your Korean rusty at the time?
What you mean?
Was your Korean a little bit rusty?
Oh, it was bad.
Okay.
Now my English is bad and my Korean is bad. I feel like a complete caveman sometimes, And my uncle's living in Korea, so he came to pick me up. And went to his house. And woke up with a nightmare and then woke up and I'm like, can't believe I'm free,
Wow.
Yeah.
that's your first taste of freedom.
Yeah.
In a completely different country.
Yeah. I was somewhere in like Namyangju somewhere,
Yeah.
Did it almost sort of like feel like it wasn't really freedom because you were like banished from your home? And
No, I felt free, but I felt, if I think back now, it kind of felt, at first it felt good for like a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand what the soldiers go through after war when they come out and they go through a lot of stuff and the loneliness because nobody understands. And I just felt I got into this deep loneliness because I had nobody to talk to and relate to. And I had no friends actually. So I was just walking around everywhere. I'll be in the subway, just traveling,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the clip. If you did, listen to the full episode on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
And make sure to subscribe to this channel, Dive Studios, and put those notifications on. Hit that bell.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.